For those of you that aren't into your horror movie series, a new Hell House LLC film came out recently on Shudder. For those of you not in the know, the Hell House movies are a series of found footage movies directed by Stephen Cognetti, detailing the haunted goings-on of the Abaddon Hotel. Throughout the first three films, the history of the hotel was revealed, showing its ties to a satanic cult led by a man named Andrew Tully. The series was thought to have seemingly ended with its third film, Lake of Fire, as the Abaddon Hotel was destroyed in that film. But in 2023, Cognetti made a pre-sequel film, Hell House LLC Origins, The Carmichael Manor. Carmichael Manor detailed a different film crew investigating a different haunted house, whose owners were members of Tully's cult. I binged the film series last year for Hooptober and I liked them all, especially Carmichael Manor. I liked how Cognetti uses found footage to tell his stories and how he can make some truly scary moments with the bare minimum. This latest entry, and last for Cognetti behind the camera, Hell House LLC Lineage, follows on not just the events of Carmichael Manor, but the previous trilogy as well, as the film focuses on Elizabeth Vermillior's Vanessa Shepherd, a character from the third entry, Lake of Fire, who is still dealing with surviving the events of that film. She gets pulled back into the fray when several people end up mysteriously dying who in some way are involved with Carmichael Manor and how she is connected to that. The big thing for this latest entry is that it breaks away from its found footage style and goes for a conventional style of filmmaking. It's a big risk. Found footage was an essential part of the series and transitioning into a different style could end up being a detriment, but Cognetti manages to stick the landing, retaining the series' creepy and tense horror, but also telling a more detailed and involved story than a found footage film would allow. Which brings me to my main, but minor, point of contention with the film. The film is Cognetti's last film as director, and it feels like he's dumping a lot of lore for the overall series on the way out, which isn't bad. In fact, the film finds good balance between backstory and horror, but if you aren't as caught up with the series, you're going to be lost, especially the ending and what it reveals about certain characters left me a little bit confused. But on the other hand, as mentioned before, Cognetti still makes this film scary by doing not a lot. Some of its most frightening and effective scares come from whenever the clown mannequins, the series mascots, are deployed. Cognetti manages to mine some great scary moments with them, aided by this film becoming a regular footage movie, given a different type of presence than what they had in previous films. In previous films, they were scary because you couldn't always keep track of them due to the found footage genre's more intimate and personal style. In this, we see what they are doing most of the time in this film, which makes it just as scary. Cognetti's use of minimalism in this film also helps the film's non-clown frights as well. While there are some flashy and good moments, its best scares are usually the more simpler ones, which give a sense of tension to the proceedings. It's something carried over from the found footage films that managed to survive the move and is used to good effect here. On topic of filming, I like how Cognetti uses flashbacks and how he restages certain scenes from the previous film in a conventional way. It's a small thing, but I like how he does it. Another aspect I liked was Elizabeth Vermillior's performance in this film. Her character isn't too dissimilar from other horror protagonists who survived the last film and now have trauma that you've seen before, but Vermillior sells it rather well here. She gets to do a lot of heavy lifting in this film, and it's a highlight for me to see her do it. I hope to see her in more stuff down the line. I found Hell House LLC Lineage a good entry that does something different from the previous films, even if it is tangled in some backstory business. It manages to be just as scary as the previous entries. The film is currently available on Shudder at the time of this recording. Like what you see here? Then please subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can get more Watch This Space, but also other things such as my short films. Please remember to like and subscribe to the videos you just watched, and also please check out the Orange Bin, my blog, where I have write-ups of my episodes here, which with links to sources that I mention on the show. Also contains some of my old blog posts if you want to see what else I used to do back in the olden days. So please remember to check out my blog and like and subscribe to my YouTube channel.